Yeah, we gonna do it the way we always did it, man. We just gonna keep it how we keep it, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sherry? Sherry, it's time for YouTube. Okay? Sorry. Right? Yes, I know. I love you. Okay? They know you're there. They know you're there. So, how y'all feeling, world? J1, that's the only great one left. Back at it like an addict, man. It's going all the way up like a turtleneck, man. It's up and stuck like a cat in a tree. We down and around in 1,000 towns. You know, we getting to it. Wipe your feet at the door. You know what's in store, man. Let's do it. Orion, what up? It's getting crazy out here, huh? It's getting crazy out here. I see they had all these the footage of all the different protests or whatever today. The irony. Wasn't nobody protesting before. Huh? Y'all thought he was like one of us, huh? He got clapped. He got a couple F's on his jacket. He let a couple niggas go. Niggas like, know what? Boy, ain't that bad, right? But I'm gonna keep it political, man. I'm gonna keep it politically correct. Excuse me.
He gave out the stimulus.
He said he gave 1,200. You know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, you know what? Yeah, I know. Look, y'all ain't laughing already. What's up, monster? What's poppin'? Protesting tents. Yeah, man. Hey, what's up, y'all? I see y'all coming through the door, man. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. We just gonna sit here and kick the game around for a second. You know what I mean? I'm paying attention to what's going on. Okay? All of a sudden it's you know? I said I'm chilling, Jones. Yeah, man. We vibing. Said happy Sunday to you. You know what I'm saying? Hope you and yours had a good productive Sunday. You know what I'm saying? We doing our best to stay sucker free in this world full of lollipop ass, individuals. You know what I mean? Same to you, brother. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. New Jersey was notified by the federal government that if the shutdown continues, November 2025 SNAP benefits may not be available on time if it is unclear if SNAP benefits loaded to your family's first EBT card prior will be able to be used. Work First New Jersey benefits should be available on time. They didn't say will, they said should. And continue to visit this page for ongoing updates on how the federal shutdown may impact. Okay, a lot of them they ain't getting their food stamps. That's the bottom line. Them food stamps about to look spooky. See, it's starting. You know what I mean? It's starting. Right? What you mean shut down? How does a country shut down? Like, it's not working? They caught it flat? Hello, we gotta change the tire or something? Like, wait, what you mean it's the transmission, bro? Yeah. You know why? Because this is not a country, this is a business. America is a business. A business could shut down. Hello? Damn. That's cold game. This is coming to me as I'm thinking. I'm like, damn. Word, huh? A business could shut down. Our country gonna shut down unless it was like for COVID. That's what you call it, shutdown, right? When everything's shut down, everything's closed, we're inside. What you mean the government shut down? What you mean the federal shut down? How you shut down what's supposed to be running this whole thing? It's deep. He says, you timed me out earlier. What that mean? Oh yeah, you probably was talking crazy, nobody. But what's up, brother? It's happened to the best of us. Don't take it personal. If I ever put you on timeout, it's all good, man. I still love you. You probably was just getting a little reckless. You know, y'all be jumping out the window. Don't do that to me. All right? You want to make sure I know, hey, you put me in timeout before. Yes, sir. I probably did. And welcome back, brother. Welcome back. I'm glad you came back. You know what I'm saying? It's a family affair, baby. We good. You know what I'm saying? Rastafari. What's up, y'all? I see y'all coming in. We got 6 times people as likes. I don't like that. Double tap that screen. I know when I don't go live for a second, I got to come back and tell y'all that shit every 5 minutes. Come on, man. Let's not do that. And they kind of messed me up algorithmically going live like this, nah, we're not gonna do that for the lives. We're gonna do that for the other content. We're gonna keep this the way we always kept it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't even read your comments the other way. It's like, nah, it's janky promoters that way. We ain't doing that. It says, where you from? I'm from Dirty Jersey, man. Originally, man. You know what I'm saying? By way of Harlem now at this point. Michael P. Daddy Jordan. Okay, I get the reference, I guess, of what you're trying to say by that, but I don't think that's that funny, brother. You could try again though. Get jiggy. Yeah, we getting jiggy with this shit, man. This is about to get spooky, man. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but some shit is about to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get crazy. Is this the LGBT channel for Zesty Uncles? I'm here. Okay, that was almost funny until you said you're here for the Zesty Uncles. So let me just put you on timeout. And matter of fact, we're just gonna get you. I'm sorry. You know, we can't do those type of jokes, man. We can't do that type of stuff because we might send the wrong message, and then you're trying to get my channel in trouble, man. We don't need that, man. Yes, Sherry, I know you're here.
It's even weirder that you're here for the Zesty.
You say what? I
said it's even weirder that you're here for the Zesty.
I mean, people just be trolling and trying to say funny stuff. You know, that was almost funny if you was talking about me, but, you know, even though ain't nothing, the fuck is Zesty. He said he learned his lesson. Yeah, you know, some people come back and they behave properly, right? And then other people just see a negative example. So we ain't gonna dwell on too much trollism. We're gonna deal with the topic at hand. He says, I'm a citizen of America and I choose no laws. That's spooky because I feel like, imagine if everybody just felt like that, right? I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying. Imagine if people just finally was like, you know what? Y'all shut down? Okay, we got this now.
Hot take.
We the people.
Hot take, it sounds like white privilege, but...
Hot take sounds like what white privilege already is. Right. It's like, isn't that what that already is? Yeah. I guess, right? That's why they could storm the Capitol.
And do nothing.
That's crazy.
Yes,
yeah, it's bugged out. Okay.
You know.
All right, yeah.
That's the reason why Crips and Bloods are gang organizations, but the KKK gets to hold rallies.
Yeah, I just saw one on W's in the chat. He says, okay, I just saw one where they was basically talking about that, like that whole, you know what I mean, that whole subject. The Serious Wolf.
Hell's Angels gets to actually be a legal, legitimate organization and have lodges and bars across America.
Right. They're considered an actual whatever. The crazy part is, how could, you know, no disrespect to their organization, their politics, I guess that's a hell of a feat for them to pull off whatever they're doing, right? But how could you be considered both? They don't that's what they lock Big U up for, it seems like. Trying to make this like a positive thing and a criminal organization. Like, nah, we can't. If there's that, then there's no being good. So how the hell Angels is gonna be a thing, and you see that they'll promote them and have RICO cases on Hell's, you know what I'm saying? But I guess, yeah, that's white privilege, right?
So again,
you know what I'm saying? He said, yo, it's Jones' way or no way. No, it's the Wolf way or no way, man. But yeah, Jones' way too, man. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? How you feeling? He said, Bloods or Crips? Mahad Amir, shame on you, brother. Muslims, okay? People that believe in God, all right? Positive, you know, non-evil beings. You know, that's who we rock it with. We stand in the light with it, all right? You know what I'm saying? He says, which bottle would you recommend, Don Julio? Well, you know what? I wouldn't recommend you drinking any alcohol because that's not, you know, I stopped drinking last night. Nah, I'm not really even actually, I saw Smack, shout out to Smack, and you know what I'm saying? You know, I had a drink with Smack, but I don't really even drink anymore because to me it's like I don't
If
I
you
don't
do
know.
Don Julio, get Primavera.
He says if you get Don Julio, get Primavera, man. You know what I'm saying? I would recommend maybe get some medicinals or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead.
If you do
But I used to drink Patron. I like Patron for whatever reason. You know what I mean? He says, my heart is a fan. Of course he is. That's all good. He says, Trump didn't help the working class, LOL. Let's not forget what you did to Clips. Salute, Truth Almighty. Shout to Clips. Can you hook me up with a girlfriend? I don't know, man. I don't know if I know too many of those for you, brother. I ain't gonna lie. You know, you might have to pay him, you know. You have to pay him to act like it, you know. I could try to hook you up with somebody, you know.
I know some good actresses.
I know some good actresses. Says, this dude is a simp, LOL. If you work overtime, you will get back that every OT in your tax return. Thanks to him.
No, you don't.
Hey, boo, Jesus wasn't black, so stop spreading. Excuse me. I don't know where the trolls are feeling a little brave tonight, but maybe because of the title of the video, right? But it says, Kid Cudi, I love your new song. Thank you. Have you ever checked out Day and Night? It's one of my biggest hits, man. You know what I mean? I'm still getting those residuals. Shout out to that. I'll still be bumping that Kermit the Frog song you did. Ha! That's none of my business, though. That shit was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. You know, grandma's getting old, but you still getting, I said, ooh. I said, you know, grandma's getting old, you still leave the kids at home, out chasing dick instead of dough. But that's none of my business, though. Nah, that song was one of them joints. He said, I see what's going on out here, but I just be trying to mind my business. You know the cold part? Some dude was in Providence and called himself selling me or giving me this beat to barter with this feature I did for his artist, right? A nigga was like, you know, look, you know, can I only pay you this, but I got these beats that's crazy. So I'm like, I heard that one beat, so I gave him a couple $100 off for that beat. I'm like, oh, yeah, that beat's fire. All right, cool. So I do it for this, right? I wanted doing 2 feats, so I did one for the second one. He was like, let me just pay you this in this beat. So I'm like, all right. Why the beat wasn't even hit? It was a whole nother thing. Shout out to Swifty D, man. He's the legendary guy, apparently. People hear the beat, they're like, no, that's such and such beat, right? But luckily, they was jacking the song, and he was jacking the song, so shout out to him, man. He says, well, first of all, I don't know why some of y'all think just because we, you know, have an open dialogue here, y'all could try to turn this into your own religious tirades or opinion arguments in the chat, right? That's not what we even here to talk about, whether Jesus is black or not. But just for the record, it was factually stated in the text that y'all refer to if you are a Christian that says he had hair like lamb's wool, which is nappy. And he had feet of bronze. Bronze is darker than this, bruh. Bronze is a little darker than this. Right or wrong? This is like bronze is like a little, you know what I'm saying? Bronze is like damn near brown, you know what I mean? Bronze is definitely brown maroonish. There's no way you know, a Caucasian man respectfully and have skin of bronze and hair of sheep's wool. So that's just that, all right?
He wasn't African, he was at least Middle Eastern descent.
Day and night.
And he comes from Jerusalem.
Right, and that part of the world was, you know, first of all, I love this video I saw that it was a white dude, and he said the Bible is basically a black history book. Like all of those names, the Hezekites, the this, the that, I don't know the names, but you know, all of those different tribes that they describe, like those is all black Hebrews, right? But anyway, he says,
Another conversation.
Yeah, next conversation. So, is chopped? All right. Can I breathe? Why it sound like I don't breathe well? Something? I think it's just, you know, that's Sherry in the background breathing hard. In the Middle East, all right, yeah, y'all still going this shit. Anyway, what do I think about surf? don't ask me about other guys, all right? I'm here to talk about me, and this is the corny part. When I do address topics that are in the culture as a media voice or whatever, a lot of y'all try to act like I'm being messy or something by reporting the damn news. This is why certain things I'll give y'all my opinion about it, and I'm gonna just leave it like where it is, because people love because it's me to act like I'm all of a sudden I'm trying to, I'm doing my job just like everybody else. If I'm on YouTube and y'all asking me questions, I'm gonna answer them. But don't ask me about other guys. I'm not the guy to just sit here and talk about other guys, right? Now, if it was something that it was like, I think he did super bad or something like that, then yeah, I will say this. You're not walking a federal yard comfortable if you on any real yards if your paperwork's bad. That's just the rules. They're not gonna let that happen. So whatever it is, if he's walking the yard and he's not on PC and he's not on none of that and he's, what I'm saying, unscathed, then chances are, there's nothing sideways about it. And that's just keeping it gangster. So some of y'all don't understand that, but don't ask me about that shit no more, because I saw 3 of y'all asking me that in the question. Like, bro, what y'all want me to talk bad? Like, that what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to just throw a nigga, yo, he would have did it to you, throw him under the bus, yo. It's like, come on, bro. Stop. Anyway, he said, hey, man, got any tips in life? Keep going. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't got this shit figured out. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. In terms of, this is one thing I know about life. The more you think you know, the less you do, right? So educate yourself as much as you can, because we don't really understand how valuable information is until we wind up in certain situations where we need it or where we should have did things a long time ago, right? So there's so much shit I should have did a long time ago. It's like, why didn't I do that, right? But that's why it's just whatever you can right now, just do what you can right now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. That's what I'm trying to, not trying because I don't believe in trying, but that's what I tell myself now. Everything that I can do now, do it now. Can't worry about what we didn't do before or be dwelling on what we should have did before or none of that. Just like, what can we do right now? With whatever you got, whatever we got to work with. And that's just the way I got to think, because otherwise, you'll really lose your sanity out here. You really lose your mind to this shit, because it's like, it's hard body karate. It's hard body karate for all of us.
Whatever you do, do it 100%.
Whatever you do it 100%. That's right.
And
Said indeed.
God shows
Speak
you.
up so they can hear you.
God shows you the vision. He don't show everybody else. Just because you see something that ain't for everybody else to see. You still got to stay on your path and get to the goal. They gonna see the vision once you get there.
Say that. Nas said something like that too. Nas was just saying, I just seen a little clip of Nas was like, you already know. It's in you. Like, we just second guess ourselves a lot of times because of life circumstances, all type of stuff.
You gotta put faith in what the universe provides. The vision was shown to you. Just keep on going towards the goal. People might not understand it. You might get called a fool. Who knows? But once you accomplish it, then you've done something amazing.
Yep, that's how it works. You're always insane until you're a genius. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. I just got a call. I just want to make sure it's still good. All right, cool. What's up, Aisha? Say, yeah, man. Good evening, everyone. What's going on, love? Said, yeah, you know why? Truth Almighty, because there's too much good going on. You know? Bad Pitt says, you tripping, gang. Why I'm tripping, Bad Pitt? What I did? I need a tissue. I got a booger. Or you just talking? See, that's corny. Like, okay. That's possible for somebody to have a booger. So, I mean, would that be that bad if I did and didn't know? Just tell me, fix it, We all humans here, man. He says, You, the only battle that seemed comfortable after all these years. Well, Sam, ironically, I probably never would have been a battle rapper if I wasn't comfortable. That's the crazy part, right? I just was telling my friend a scenario right here that I'm not gonna tell y'all about, but I will say this, right? When you're at moments where normal people expect you to react in a different way, right? That's when I guess the gift of being able to be composed and you know what I'm saying, and calm in the face of craziness. So that's just a skill that I think I've had since I was young because unfortunately I saw crazy stuff when I was really young that made me like, oh shit, well damn. I'm
Desensitized.
Yeah, like I'm really desensitized into a level where I don't even realize it sometimes. And especially, you know what I'm saying, when you some gang or Capricorn, anything, other people think that, you're just insensitive or, you know what I mean, overly aggressive or something. It's just like, no, I don't even feel that way. Like, you could be thinking I'm supposed to be scared right now. And I was crazy as I would think I would be scared, but I'm not. And in this moment, all I'm thinking about is how to win this situation. I'm looking at you doing something threatening, and you think I'm scared. And in my mind, I'm just like, wait a minute. Oh, if he moves his hand one more time to the left, oh, got him. Right? That's what
Again,
happened with, bruh. Anyway, so will you ever battle again? Uh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, I know I said that I was like, I wanted to be done with this shit. Honestly, like this year. I really was kind of feeling like that, to be honest. And I still kind of feel like that, but I do, as an MC and as an artist, feel like I might have a little more damage to do. It's just that the thing about battle rap is becoming unpredictable, the way your battles matriculate. You know what I'm saying? The way your bars, they usually, I write crazy bars, I deliver them shits the right way, nice and loud on the mic, it's gonna hit and it's gonna be crazy. But the way the climate is, you know what I mean? It's just start getting so weird and like,
it's because the 70% performance now. The crowd needs to be entertained because the crowds are no longer people that are appreciation of wordsmiths.
say that again. He said 70% of it is performance versus bars, which I can see because a lot of them are fans of performers instead of wordsmiths. And I could dig that. Because I've never been the type of guy that I'm not jumping up and down and going crazy. Remember, I was clowning Mook for doing that shit. I remember I was like, look at him jumping around, acting this puzzle, because that was what his move was. Same thing old boy be doing. You know what I'm saying? Old boy that I had to go to the block and wow him up a little bit, or his hood, since I was a block away, whatever. But the perform, all the moves and all this stuff, slamming this and doing this and all this extra stuff, but the bars, you know. And I saw Mook recently. And we had a talk, right? I don't know if I told y'all this, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we you know what I mean? And no, I'm not gonna tell y'all the details of what transpired, but I will tell y'all that it's like certain people understand, you know what I'm saying, and learn from that that energy, right? That writer energy mixed with the starism, right? To where it's the pen and it's the glow and it's the light. It's just the way you pop that shit, and it's just if you in that right, you know what I mean? And that camera just when that what they said and paid him for, when the light hit him, he always looked like a star, right? You know what I'm saying? When that light hit you and you just know how to do that thing that you do, it's hard to hide from that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, by the grace of Allah, I've been blessed to have this much longevity in the game. Because when I get in that light, 9 out of 10, I'm going to shine. I'm going to steal that shine. You know what I'm saying? Summer Madness 2, Ken Jones, hey, I stole that shine. That whole night, the biggest night in battle rap. Huh? That night with Jen, that was a tournament. That was 4 other people. I stole that shine. That building. That building was mine.
Snatches.
Let me get that. Let me get that light. Let me get that MTV light. Let me get that overseas light. Like, let me get that. That's how I felt about it. And I still feel about it as a performer and as an MC when I'm rocking. So if I'm a battle, to be in that vein. I don't want to be having battles with little weird biased crowds where niggas, a bunch of battle rappers on the nigga side over oohing, doing dumb shit. Like, that shit is blowing the battle to me. I'd rather it be like it was with me and Mook. Where it'd be a whole hood against me or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then it'd just be a bunch of like little weird, corny, like that shit just be blowing, you know what I mean? To me. He said the GOAT, salute. He said, geez. What do I think about Solo? Shout out to the last level of rap. He crazy as hell. That's my nigga. Shout out to Solo. That nigga said he saw me doing an Illuminati ritual. He said, yeah, Serius Jones was there. Serius Jones went down there. Yeah. And they had the girls back there. It was Illuminati. You know how you talk? It was Illuminati. He said, yeah, Serius Jones back there. Girls, and he went down there with the girl. Look, oh, Solo, those girls were with me, brother. They weren't part of an Illuminati ritual. That nigga said, yeah, he went down there with the girls. I don't know what he was doing. Shout out to Solo, though, brother. Jersey. He says, when you rap, you never stop doing it. You're always inspired by something. It could be a rock and roll song, and you'll get inspired. You feel me, Sam? That's how it be. And see what I mean, Truth Almighty? You don't even know that I battled Tay-Rock. He ain't here talking about battle Tay-Rock. I just battled Tay-Rock. You see what I'm saying? But you don't even know about it. That's what I mean. That's not supposed to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? When I put the work in, I want the reward from the work I put in. You feel me? So if I just body or beat Tay-Rock, what's the point if the world don't even know? If you don't even know right now. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a certain select people that know, like, nah, you want the world to know what you do. That's why I started battle rapping, because I saw it was a way that I could get to the world fast. You know what I'm saying? Bomb, just like that. Body somebody. Viral. That's it. Says Jones, I'm happy you finally took your foot off of Ice Neck. Why would you be happy about that? Salute, Jones. Why would you be happy about that if now you see what the outcome really is? That's the cold part. Once you see niggas is really bad, why would you be happy? I don't know.
Unless you trying to say I got better stuff to do.
Unless you saying I got better stuff to do, which is we do. We do have better stuff to do. He says, bro, you need to quit. Give me some... I don't know what that means, Clarence. And I know you're a troll, so I'm trying to like be a good sport and still read your little troll messages, brother, but you gotta be a little more descriptive, okay? Get your weight up, man. All right? I be trying to help y'all trolls. Like, y'all gotta work on y'all trolling, bro. Can't be coming in here being unprofessional trolls, all right? We got some of the best trolls in the world here. Don't come in here with those amateur moves, brother. Get your weight up. He says the GOAT, salute. He said that was a good battle. I seen that battle versus Rock. Salute. Nah, it's all good. You know, I don't expect you to know, brother. That's what I'm saying. It's not your fault. This is just where we at in the culture at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's not as seamless. It used to be seamless. If I have a battle, I know the battle is coming out. You're going to see it on YouTube. If you don't see it, somebody else is going to see it, tell you about it, and then you're going to see it. Hello? That's how Serius Jones got to be Serius Jones. Because niggas kept, yo, you seen this? You seen that? This, that, this. That was the blessing of bars. That's what bars are supposed to do. Right? Get to the world so they're like, yo, this nigga said this. So to me, this is actually we building a different type of relationship through this platform right here, right? But I want y'all to understand, it's still the same gift. It's still the same gift. Even if it's just in a different format. You know what I'm saying? even if it's in a different way, a different method, or whatever. When I drop the music, when I'm doing the films, when I'm doing this here, it's all from the same place. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. He says, bro, looking like fight night. Oh yeah, cause this dude look kind of like one of those boxers, right? No, it's just the same old, some around the house Versace hoodie, man. Just chilling. He said, would I battle for no bread? No, I don't like working for free, brother. Says, what was your take on this bozo math calling Surf a rat and then beating up after saying it? I don't have to give a take on that, right? You just said the sentence yourself. Yeah. Real niggas do real things, man. He says, I came in here randomly, but actually seen one of your battles years ago. See, this is the beauty of this platform, right? Because a lot of people say that. A lot of y'all came here and just start vibing, didn't even know why you came here, you know what I mean? Y'all didn't know I was Serius Jones. And that's what I appreciate about this. And this is why, I do my best to, stay in tune with y'all. But, I know I take a couple days off. It just seems like 2 weeks, and then the whole algorithm is like, it's all right. I gotta be consistent. I know. He says, don't laugh at me, Chantel. He says, we know you. Yeah, salute, brother. He says, what did Obama do for black people? Again, Jim, okay, the reason why I put this title on this video, right, was not to have a racial debate about who did what, about which president y'all voted for. Even a lot of y'all was really hyped off Mr. Orange Face. Y'all was really thinking it was gonna be something.
Cheeto dust.
Cheeto dust face. And now it's, so to me, I don't trust no. What my man said in shot this, he said, police, politician, me not trust none of them, road boy. What you mean? Why is y'all trust? This is what I don't understand about my people. How many years has it been that we clearly still do not have a level of equality in not only our voice in terms of government and whatever else, even if they put a figurehead in there, or there's a black president, or there's a whatever, we know. The whole world knows this. That's why they treat us like this when they see us. Black man. We go to other countries and they go, black man, we love you. Oh man, you guys are so resilient, man. You keep fighting, man. We love you, black man. Why they feel like that? They know what we go through. They see that we still don't get a certain level of whatever in America. A certain level of respect, a certain level of equal opportunity, whatever. Even though it's America and you could say, nigga, we all got the same opportunities. There's a deeply rooted and built into psychological warfare implanted bomb that has exploded in the black community dozens of times over that we know about in all type of different ways, from the crack epidemic to this dependency that they've built on a lot of us to need the system that's not working now, right? All of a sudden, the food stamps that maybe some kids might be dependent on those food stamps right now that they're not going to get next. I hope they do, but you know what I'm saying? So, and at the same token, of course, there's lots of poor white people that's in middle America, that's in different places, that don't got opportunities, that don't got the education, that don't necessarily got the systems to help them in place, all of that. But that's just more of a testimony to why people shouldn't be thinking like, y'all be really thinking this division is a real thing. Just because it's this guy and this guy, you actually gotta go for a guy. Pause. Super pause. But like, you gotta actually choose and say, look, well, this guy didn't do it and this guy did. Bro, why don't you just get it through your head that they're fucking politicians? They're not really there to, like, come on, bro. They have to do things that are literally within the politics of their job. They have to be objective. They have to give and take this. They have to whatever. 9 times out of 10, they're not thinking like Jesus or like, you know what I'm saying, a prophet for the people that's trying to save and help the people and make them live the best lives they can live. Who's really going like that? Fidel Castro had systems in place. So what's the other dude? Gaddafi. Gaddafi had schools. Gaddafi had hospitals where they'll take anybody. Gaddafi will pay for you to go learn somewhere. Yeah, they had systems in place. And what do they do to them type of people? They don't want the world even thinking that type of stuff exists. No. You ain't gonna just be down here doing all this and no. We can keep going. There's a bunch of leaders that of their country. Shout out to the young brother in Burkina Faso, and then that's taking back the mines and all that, taking back the wealth, understanding. Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? Letting them niggas just control our land and control all our bread? Now hold up, right? Yeah. Well, you know what? Whoever that is, Lalo, you should try it out, brother. You should try it out. Because it only worked one time in life. It only worked one time. You know what I mean? Last guy that tried got embarrassed. You know what I mean? He said, what is the solution? Well, you know what? I can't call it. Yeah, D Brown, I want to let y'all handle him. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to deal with him. Yeah, we know he's a bozo. But like, I don't know the solution. But I will tell you what I think needs to transpire if there's going to be a solution. Can I do that? If there's going to be a solution, I think the first thing we as a people need to stop doing is actually jacking this division thing like we dealing with different things. Like, stop. Like, to me, racism is just corny at this point. Like, it's just dumb. Like, that's just corny. And it actually fuels the theory that some people really just have, like, something in there. Because why do you hate anybody that you don't know? How do you hate somebody that you don't know? I'll never understand that. And you know what's crazy? I met skinheads in prison. Guess what? This how I'm not in prison. I've never been to prison. Y'all green? All right, it just overheated for a second. I got y'all though. Hold up. So when I'm in court, which that's in California, he paid this lawyer 8 racks. 8 or 9 racks. I think it was 9 racks. And he just stopped picking up the phone. Right? Stopped picking up the phone soon as we gave him the bread, right? And you know when you're going through something like that, your peoples kind of think you're paranoid a little bit stuff, right? They're like, look, let him do his job, you know what I'm saying? Da-da-da-da-da. Right? They think, yeah, they free. They don't understand that your intuition, you sensing everything now. Like when your senses be heightened when you start seeing all type of stuff that you didn't see before, right? Like, oh, I ain't picked this, that, this. So I already could tell by the energy. Oh no, this dude is cutting him off, right? So he's cutting me off, right? So when we get in the courtroom, he says loud as hell in front of the judge and the DA. He's like, man, you're going to prison, man. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, look at all these charges, man. Look at all these charges, man. I look at the page he's looking at. He didn't even read the discovery. Because if you look at it, it's one charge and it says disposition dismissed. And it's that same charge listed all over and over on that one page, because it's that one page. And you know how some of those court copies are. It's just putting that charge. It's not, this one charge that says dismissed. He didn't even read the discovery. That's how I knew he didn't even read it. And this is weeks. 6 weeks, however long it was. He didn't even read my discovery, took my bands, took the money, and in court, I didn't understand why he was yelling it. I didn't understand how he was saying it loud, right? And there was a skinhead dude behind me. Shout out to Smasher, man. Shout out to Smasher from the Bay, man. Real crack of shit, or whatever we're going to, the term we're going to use for real white boy N-word stuff, right? Real Cocoa Boys. That's what they call the Cocoa Boys, right? Cocoa County, right? The Woods, right? That's what they call them, the Woods, right? The Pecker Woods. So I got you, Jim. I'm gonna answer your question in a second. Just go ahead, you can ask it. So boom. Follow me, y'all, because this is how deep it is, and this is what I mean about us not understanding each other, but really be the same. So it's weird. It's just stupid. So I'm sitting there, and the lawyer is basically what he's doing is, which I'm not peeping game at first. He's deliberately trying to bowl me under the bus in front of these other people. He's trying to make it seem like I'm showing y'all that I'm trying to get him to cop out. Because he's trading horses. That's what they be doing. I'll give you this one, you give me that one. So he comes up to me after not answering my phone calls, after we paid him $8,000, not even conversing with me before this court date, and comes up to me in front of this empty courtroom in COVID so that the DA and the judge can hear him say to me that I'm going to prison. And he said, you just need to figure out how long. I said, what? I'm looking in his eyes. I'm so confused. I don't know why he's saying this. I'm like, what the hell did he find out? Or what does he think he knows that, like, what? No. And he's like, look at all these charges. That's when I realized, oh, he didn't even read the paperwork? So I'm like, I just looked, the dude behind me, smash it, pause. Skin that dude, he said, fire him right now, bro. Fire him. I looked back, he was like this. And I'm like, I'm looking back at him and looking at him, I'm just so confused. Like, I'm looking at the judge and they're trying to act like they not looking at me, but they can hear the conversation. Like, it's weird as hell. And I'm like, I'm looking at the lawyer like, bruh. And he said, the smasher dude, pause. He like, you don't see what's happening, bro? You don't see what he's doing? He's like, he's trying to trade you up. I'm like, oh, that shit just dawned on me like, oh, wow. These niggas will really, like, he's doing it in my face like as if it's he knows they can hear him. He's talking that loud on purpose. He knows that whatever, he didn't even look at this case because he already decided to say, yeah, I will, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just take his money and burn him, whatever, right? Yo, wallahi, why when I got out, I called this man. First thing he said, guess what he said? How'd you get out? I said, how'd I get out? I said, one, I was innocent, and two, I actually paid a lawyer that did his job. I said, but you owe me such and such and such. And he's like, I mean, I'm glad you're out, but, it doesn't quite work like that. Like, da-da-da-da. I said, yo, bro, listen. I'm not even gonna say his name right now, because I'm like, I'm gonna get that bread still. He lucky I got in trouble again to on papers. Or, like, I didn't want to have no issue. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he tried to act like he gonna do. You trying to now reverse it and acting like, what, you gonna act like I'm threatening you now? By saying that you owe me for a job that you not only didn't do, but you tried to do the opposite with. Nah, get that money back, bro. You know what you did. So he had the nerve to hit me back like, okay, well, you know what? Tell me what item like he want to get me to write it out so he can do the lawyer move. You know what they're gonna do? Then they're gonna try to say they billing you for hours. Then they're gonna say, well, I went this and make up a bunch of work he didn't do to try and bill you so it equals that amount of money. Nah, you're not gonna play with me like that.
See, the thing
I already know. But the point was, why is the skinhead realer than the lawyer that's the white guy I paid? And that's what I mean about it don't even make no sense. Why is this gotta be my op after this? He might have just saved my life. I might have just been naive enough to not know, not really been like, yo, chill, and try to talk it out with him or something like that, instead of realizing the move that he was doing at that moment, right? Even though I definitely wasn't jacking him after that. But a lot of times niggas think, shit, I gave this nigga 8 bands. He gonna do his job. No, he's not. No, he's not. And that's why sometimes you gotta that's why people don't be understanding about being a street guy and all of that type of stuff. That shit ain't cool, bro, because sometimes you gotta take the L just to get to the W. Now you gotta be like, all right, yeah, forget that 8 racks. Now this, what you mean forget 8 racks when you're in jail? Like, you need that, right? It's your family, other people helping to get that money, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta say, F it. Nah, F that. Nah, my freedom. Nope. Gotta get a whole nother lawyer now. Whole nother lawyer. But, salute. He said, King Wolf Jones, he was had them Jones out. You know what I'm saying? So he said, how'd you get from under that rubble? Man, God is good, man. God is good. Allah walk bar. All praises due to Allah. I literally, they were saying in the jails, you need to call the Coopers, man. You need to get the Coopers. And I'm like, who's that? They're like, they're Colin Cooper. They like the Johnny Cochran of the Bay. You know what I'm saying? I called him up. You know what this man said to me, y'all? This man said to me, Wallahi, he said, man, you're better off with a murder than this. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe he was even saying this. I'm like, why is he saying this to me? I'm like, why would he? What kind of confidence is that building in me right now? And he told me the truth though. He said, you know why? Because if you had some M in the project somewhere over some gang thing, that wouldn't be the same as this because they're trying to make an example out of you. That's what he said. He said they're trying to make an example out of you and they're trying to take your life. He said, but I'm gonna fight for your life. And he said the magic words to me. He said, now if you're not he said if you're not trying to fight though, I'm not representing you. He said I don't do deals. I said, wait, what you mean? Like, so we gotta go to trial type shit? He says, I'm coming in here to kick ass. If you don't want me to kick ass, get somebody else. I'm not sitting down with them and negotiating nothing. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm jacking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said the magic words, nigga. Yeah, we gonna fight. And he said it. He said, I'm gonna fight for your life, and he said, I'm got you. But he said, believe it, this is gonna be the fight for your life, and it was. But good thing by the grace of the law, one, I didn't do none of that, and I don't be doing no extra sucker shit like they be trying to say and all that. That's crazy, right? And on top of that, everything comes out in the wash. So once it do, and people are like, wait a minute, what? You said what? That don't even make sense with this and this and that. So now, when you got somebody that's fighting for you, and you got somebody that's actually has your best interest at heart or acting like it, or acting on behalf of it, they can point that out to the DA or whoever else. Look, come on, man. You see this right here. You see this don't even, you know what I mean? Now, of course, we still don't want to go through the process or whatever because that's how they do. They put so much on top of if you do go to trial with something like that and get smoked, woo, bye-bye. Oh, yeah, let's twist team up. Let's twist team up. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, I be trying to, you should be a preacher. You always preaching. Hey, baby, you know I'm some ism, man. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the thing, man. What they say, preach. Come on now. Rest in peace, dog. You know how we give it up, baby. But honestly, I just be venting with y'all and just vibing with y'all. But this is my life. You know what I'm saying? So if I ain't no testimony without the test, right? So, I mean, I hope somebody could learn from my struggle. I hope somebody could, learn something from the pain that I had to be, that I got to go through and endure just to be me. Because a lot of people don't know this side. All they do see is me, smiling and joking in the battle or just, you know what I'm saying, all the cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jones be wearing his little hats with the bitches and all whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Y'all don't be understanding, like, yeah, niggas be saying shit like that. Your little hats, Jules. He said, my autistic brother got hit by a car yesterday. Well, prayers up for him, brother. Prayers up for him. He says, yeah. He said, you ignored my question. I'm tired of people talking like that. Jim, don't get blocked. Because I'm not sitting here having a personal conversation with you, my brother. I'm not ignoring nobody. I'm talking on my platform, okay? If you're not entertained and you want to have a personal question to me, you know what they have? The super chat, my brother. Right there. You could just go boom. Just put $1 in there, anything. Just say, hey, Jones, I know you're working, but pay attention to me right fast. All right? Oh, okay. And the irony, yeah, you said that was your question, is why. I literally just scrolled back. It says, Serius Jones, I have a question. Oh, no. See, you still out of pocket. Because I just told you we're not doing it. You're still trying to have political, still trying to get directly political. We're not doing that. Because honestly, like I just said, whether it's the right or the left, whichever side or whatever party that you're on, we all have the same issues. The problem is the way we deal with them, the way we look at it. A lot of the people that already have money, of course they looking at it like they want to keep their money. They don't think that the money should be distributed in a equal way and all of this stuff. And they think, well, they should pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get some money like we did. And that's the conservative perspective, right? They don't really care about what's going on in the ghetto or whatever. That's a known thing. That doesn't have to be a political agenda for people to know that, right? So the point is, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's a Democrat, if it's a Republican, if it's somebody that's not, that's how you do it. If it's somebody that's not actually on the side of the people, then that's just that. You know what I'm saying? And now we seeing what the result of leadership that's not really on the side of the people seems like it equals. Because from these pictures I'm seeing, it's like, oh, it's looking like the streets is flooded in all these different cities. Now all of a sudden y'all got an issue, huh? Now everybody turned up when they see ICE jumping out on people. You know what I mean? ICE chasing niggas down, bikes, delivery guys, all type of shit. You know? Oh, thank you, Miss Galore. I appreciate that. She says, hey, Jones, I know you're working, but here's a little love with all the hate in the world. I appreciate you, baby girl. That's love.
The deeper thing is realizing that the politicians know that money is an illusion.
Money is an illusion?
Yeah, because if you understand how finances work in this country, then you understand that only 1/3 of this country finances is actual cash. The other 2/3 is credit. So we just work on a borrow system of the illusion that we gonna pay each other back. And the banks actually charge interest on the actual money, and who actually has to pay that? The citizens. You sell your time to a job for $12.50 an hour, and then we charge you taxes, and we overcharge you. That's why you get taxes back at the end
This
of
is
the
the
year.
illest thing about taxes, that it's like when I never used to live paying taxes, I didn't realize how taxed everything was, right? Okay, so you work, right? You got a job. They automatically take out tax, right? Then you go buy a house, and then what do you pay? Property tax, right? Then you go buy a car. Then you go buy whatever in your state. If you live in a state that they got taxed, you're getting taxed every time you use the money that already got taxed from you working in the first place. Just for you to live, the money gets taxed again. So this same money is getting taxed how many times when you spending it?
I'm transferring my money from one account to another account, and somehow that 250 became 247.83 because you taxed me on my own money to transfer it somewhere else. That's like you charging me to take it from this pocket and I put it over here.
Right,
and
right, right.
somehow
And that transaction
went from 250 to 247.83.
Yeah, this is how they do us. So okay, what he was saying before, if y'all didn't hear him in entirety, right? This is just some Jews you can use, you know what I'm saying, if you're confused, right? At 11:33 at night on a Sunday, it's okay, we can still have some church, right? So what he's saying is tangible assets, like tangible money, a lot of the rich people, they be liquid cash poor. They be cash poor. But they be having all the assets and they have all the relationships that equal money. It's almost like a promissory thing where these banks will give you a loan if you have this going on for this and this. And you have all these things that represent money, like credit, like different trade lines, like different, you know what I'm saying? The relationship with money that says you're a professional with money is what gives you access to money. Ain't that crazy? So you could have all the money. You could have 100 bands right here, right? You could have 200 like this, you know what I'm saying, on your shoulder. And that guy, that's Steven Goldberg or something like that, that has a company and just has equity from his home, has, you know what I'm saying, some type of stock portfolio, has some type of life trust that has assets in it, life insurance, right? You can borrow against that. It's all type of different ways that they can represent. And that's why when somebody say they go bankrupt, right? They was trying to clown Dame for saying he went bankrupt.
You need to know
Nah.
there's different kinds of bankruptcy.
Right, they don't know it's different types of bankruptcy. And if you smart, look, I don't know how many times your boy Orange Face, did he go bankrupt like 11 times or some crazy shit, right?
Class 8.
You just keep saying, I ain't got no money. But you got all the stuff that equals money anyway.
Here's the biggest thing, right? Niggas want to talk about Jeff Bezos. This nigga worth 8 billion, whatever. You feel me?
Jeff Bezos what?
Worth all like 8 billion, whatever. He's worth 22 billion, whatever the fuck he's worth, right? Here's the thing. When it comes to a business, you don't take the money out the business. The concept of the business, like you said, they go to the bank and leverage. You feel me? Now, it's not even just it feeds itself. But here's the thing, as a business owner, I never want to take a dollar out. That's the reason why when they finally get to those plateaus like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and you see when the financial reports come out, they get paid $1. They get paid a salary of 100 bands or some dumb shit. Like they take the minimum amount of money out their company because the last thing you want to do is take the cash out. Why would I take the cash out? I pay employees, I buy assets, I do So
it's the cash flow.
What's not even
like taking the flow out.
Yeah, because you're interrupting the flow.
Right.
So instead of interrupting the flow, I go to a bank, i.e. another financial institution, to say, hey, look, I already have a flow of money. I need you to recognize that I have this flow of money and say, hey, well, since you have a flow of money, i.e. we'll give you even more money.
We'll give you another stream.
Another stream of money. So instead of interrupting your bread, that's the reason why these niggas can be worth 20. It's not, they never take money out the company. Once you get to a point where the company feeds itself, you no longer want to take money out your company because you understand that money is not the end all be all. It's credit. Assets.
Credit, assets, you know what I mean, that appreciate too. You know what I'm saying? That because sometimes, you know, we don't, I know I didn't understand the difference in certain levels, like when crypto came out and all that.
And even that is still arbitrary. Like again.
Right.
Because
like something could go down.
The reality of it is just we all agree on these things.
Right. It's the agreed upon currencies, right? So if you got the blue chip stocks, you know what I'm saying? Shit that's Apple, this, that, stuff that we agree is all right, we all agree this is money. Gold, you know what I'm saying? That's why gold is probably up so much right now.
Well, those are minerals and resources, and those have a value, and that's the reason why now money doesn't have value. In the past,
it's losing it even more every day, and gold going up every day. That's crazy.
Money doesn't have a value anymore. It's no longer back behind gold, because remember, we used to have the gold standard. The government came to everybody's house.
You feel me, Gentleman's Corner? What's up, player? You know, we just chopping some high-level financialism, man, and talking about how this system, man, this country is a business, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got to learn how to actually, you know, since it shuts down, we got to learn how to have our own system that keeps going, right? No matter what. Hello?
But they removed the gold standard, so that means the dollar was no longer back behind gold.
Right. With 1931 or something like that, right?
After that, the dollar was back behind big oil.
Mm-hmm.
Big oil no longer backs the dollar. The only thing that's backing the dollar is the financial institution. The concept of credit. The concept that this is good debt. And as long as we all accept this and keep the dollar flowing, it won't crash. Look,
so it's like literally money is the understanding of its own existence at this point?
Yeah, because it's not back behind it.
That's fucking deep.
Yeah, thanks.
So money nowadays is literally the understanding, like, it's there. It's there. How do I know, Mr. Bank? Don't worry about it. We'll give you the credit. We'll give you the this. We'll give you the cash. What does cash back by?
Nothing. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by oil. It's not backed by silver. It's not
deep.
backed by nothing.
That's deep.
It's literally just an agreed upon system that we now just accept.
Hello from Iceland. What's up, Iceland? I wonder what the politics is like in Iceland. I feel like y'all have like a peaceful, like.
We'll find out in a couple of years. Trump trying to buy it.
Trump trying to buy Iceland?
Yeah.
Is it breaking up, y'all, or it's good? He says taxable wages backs the dollar. Taxable wages backs the dollar? I don't know what that means. See, you got to explain that to me.
See, all right, so
how does a taxable wage back the dollar?
Because all you're saying is itself backs itself. That's not circular reasoning. That's like saying a word in a definition. You have to have circular reasoning. You can't say that the taxable wage backs the dollar, because what is the dollar back behind?
Right. That's the point. What's behind the dollar? A wage ain't a still ain't in a what wage? You know what I'm saying? It's still no tangible something that represents is what we saying. And this is what's deep about it. Where I mean, we chop game like this, and the people that I surround myself with are intellectuals. You know what I'm saying? Usually, so we just building right now, but it's deep. Me hearing myself think about it or talk about it out loud. The money at the highest level is the presumption of its own existence. This is why you literally see rich people in these movies and stuff where they'll be living in a mansion doing this and this and be like, I'm broke, man. I'm broke. The bank's trying to take it all. This and this and this and that, right? But to somebody from the hood or something, like, what are you talking about? You rich. You live in a mansion. You driving to this. You having this. They don't understand that all of this stuff could be owned, assets owned by the company. You know what I'm saying? This could be a company car. This could be, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff could be backed by nothing but the understanding between you and a bank. That's deep.
Since they
It say Yonkers in the building. Shout to YO.
Essentially, money is nothing but a promissory note. We promise that this is worth something.
We're promissory note. It's a promise that was worth something. If it's breaking up, let me know, y'all. I don't like when it's, I see the number just for say.
But that's the real shit right there. That's the reason why gold.
He said flip consignment and don't take out and you're rich. Huh. Red Man? I look like Red Man?
That's crazy. Hell no.
Red Man is crazy. Shout to Reggie Noble though. He said it's backed by the worker. Exactly. So at the end of the day, you're saying
the workers stop, then what happens?
If the workers stop,
the dollar crashes.
The dollar crashes. So that's the point.
The dollar is not backed by
it's not a real thing, is what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? This is what he said, and I'm just letting him make his point. And actually, it makes a lot of sense, because if it's not backed by anything, then what happens if there's no working?
The blue collar class is what made America survive, and that's the reason why when the
What are you talking about, Charles?
When the increase of living for the average American went up, that was the crash.
No, George. He says the American dollar isn't backed by anything, but other dollars are backed by gold, silver. Oh, you mean other countries and stuff like that?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you must mean other countries. Yeah, because I know they stopped the gold standard here in 1930 something, 1931 or something.
And then oil was no longer backing it. So what happened?
Salute to you too, Joe Friday. I appreciate you.
And if you're gonna go by that standard, then why don't you just have euros? Because euros are worth more than the American dollar.
I think euros is damn near the same at this point, bro. Somebody just gave me some euros the other day, and I took it to the thing, and I think it was damn near less. I was like, what? Like, I thought this shit was about to be double. Like, nah, it ain't that no more.
It ain't double, but I think
it used to be double. When I went out there, it was double.
It's like 88 cents. Well, when you go out there, because also there's...
No, this was 10 years ago.
But now it's still probably like 11 cents on the dollar. So it's like $1.11 to every dollar.
I don't know what you're talking about, Charles, but I'm going to put you in timeout, brother, because you just sound like you're a little confused. All right, let's give you a break, bro.
The euro, all of these other currencies.
Big time, you're late.
It's backed by gold, silver, oil. It's backed by something, an actual resource that the country produces.
Right, an actual resource that the country produces. So what y'all are saying, some of y'all in the comments, which is a smart answer, the labor force is what actually, this is why the unions was such a big thing, right? And why the mob and different people was able to see so much power from the labor force, because that was considered money damn near, right? Because it's backed by you have work. But the point is, American work is literally what? That's one of our biggest exports then? That's one of our natural resources? No. Everybody else got gold, silver, this. We got people to fucking work.
No, we got consumerism and entertainment. That's what we got.
We got consumerism. We got a lot of shit. I ain't down in America, but I'm just saying in terms of if we think about it as natural resources that back the dollar.
I am to thinking about that. We're like 11th in math. We're like 16th in literature. In science, we're nowhere near the top 10. If we're talking about scholastics, we're shot. If we're talking about finances, we're shot. If we're talking about resources, we're shot. We literally only.
Well, I can't let you bash America on here because then it's just.
Oh no, I love America. You feel me? I love the structures,
even though
the streets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Women walking around with thongs and stuff. I like that freedom. You know what I'm saying? I love all of these things. You feel me? But I need to be real, like because of the fact of these amenities and the fact that we don't value education the same way as other countries do, we have demeaned ourselves as a culture and a society, along with the fact that big companies have removed the working class away from America by removing the factories, by removing wood shop, automotive, these skills.
Yeah,
that
they
used
did
to
used to have that shit in high school.
So because of
At least they would teach you trades to survive and all of this shit, right?
Because a man
yeah, wood shop
should be
shit.
able to work around his own house. Because again, back in those days when you
Chantel, that's why he's here talking. He's an intellectual guy. I want him to talk to y'all.
Back in the day, your grandfather bought a house for $28,000, $33,000. And he would fix the plumbing, that same house, if it stayed in your family, now is worth what? $382,000. Your great grandfather played $36,000 for a house.
Nigga said, "What's your thoughts on Nick Fuentes? Who the hell is that?"
Listen
All right, so look.
That's
right. Hey, stop trying to clown my man, son. Y'all going crazy in the chat now, B. All right, they going in on you. Niggas like, first of all, no, this is not Tupac. I'm alive. Not the Pac though. That's rude. But and also, yeah. First of all, even though y'all are here, okay, I'm just having a conversation, right? We're just having a conversation with the world, right? About finance, about intellectual, jewels that you might want to pay attention to if you care about what's going on, if you care about, because I'll be paying attention, right? They said bet. You know what I mean? So even though he might be a little long-winded like me sometimes, you know what he's talking about though, right? So that's the point. Sir, we all know you're gay? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you know, because I ain't know that. I ain't know anybody knew that. Y'all knew that? I didn't know that was a thing. Y'all niggas be trying to create anything. And Nikki, you know what? You're a determined troll, brother. Because I've seen your name a few times, and I'm like, I don't know how you keep slipping back through the algorithm. I'm pretty sure I blocked this nigga at least twice. But what's up, Mickey? How you doing, brother?
You got me on notification?
Yeah, nah, sometimes I guess maybe I'll just be putting them timeout instead of blocking them all the way, but it's all love, brother. He says it's back and forth. That's why I stopped strolling. I don't know what that means. He said, Mikey jealous because you handsome. I mean, I don't know why they be doing that, Chantel. These niggas won't want my life, man. These niggas would have been crumbled. He says, to help Holmes understand the dollar rules. No, listen, what he's saying and what I'm saying to you is this. The dollar itself, it used to be in America backed by an actual tangible thing, the gold standard. Up until, I don't even want to lie to you, but, and what's up, new people? If you're coming through here, double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how YouTube be playing with my numbers if I don't go live for like 3-4 days, but whatever, we rocking, right? So the gold standard used to be like, okay, you had a certain amount of money, you got a certain amount of gold. They took that away, right? So in certain other countries, where he was saying they still have that, where the natural resources in these different countries are backed by, they back their dollar, right? What he's saying is in America, think about it. The rich people that have money and have wealth, usually it's not that they have a bunch of paper money, a bunch of cash. What they have is they have assets that generate money that generates relationships with other money entities that makes their thing bigger. They can get a loan from the bank. They can have a partnership with this company. They can now have a trust, something to leave to their kids, real estate, land, this, titles. It's just a whole different language of money that technically, think about it, there's no cash really in that. Right? There's no cash exchanges in that. Where we so used to thinking about having some whatever, instead of thinking about building that type of network for our own hustle, our own household, for our own businesses. Hello?
Because that's what's worth money.
Let me know if you digging me now.
Not for nothing. You think niggas buy a Bugatti because it's worth $3.7 million? It loses half of its value.
Why you think there's only one reason a nigga buys a Bugatti? Just to be a nigga with a Bugatti.
False.
Like, nah, I gotta have that.
When you buy a Bugatti fresh within the last 3 years of it being released off an actual Bugatti lot, you get an invitation to an event that only is for available to Bugatti purchase.
But that's what I'm saying. You buy a Bugatti because you a nigga that says, nigga, I'm a nigga to buy a Bugatti. Be amongst the Bugatti niggas. Pause. That's why niggas, like, it's funny that 50, I think 50 was trying, I forget he was trying to clown somebody for having like a older Bugatti. Yeah, that's like, bro, Bugatti is like, that's some shit a nigga ain't even, you gotta be a, you know what I mean?
But the point that 50 was trying to...
Where am I wearing a hoodie in the house? Because it's my goddamn house and my goddamn live, Action Johnson.
The point that 50 was trying to make...
Free Palestine, word.
You bought a Bugatti to flex on niggas in the hood. The purpose of buying a Bugatti is to Bugatti network.
I mean, but you know, people do what they do. Maybe you don't want to be in that network, right?
If you get money, you want to be around the money.
Not everybody do. I learned that shit. Like, you got some niggas that literally feel uncomfortable around certain, you know what I mean? You could be like, come on, it's a yacht party. We gonna go, you know what I'm saying? It's my white, my Italian homie. And you like, I'm still uptown. What I mean? What you mean, bro? This is the money shit. What you talking about?
Now, when you get to a certain level,
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. When you get to a certain level, then you understand that money itself is just a tool. Especially when it comes to America, it's not.
They want to see you, bro. Say hello.
Yo.
So what you saying?
I said niggas on the upper echelon understand that money is just a tool. Like, it's not worth anything. That's the reason why they're not chasing it. They're after other things. They're trying to network to get to assets. That's why they want to go purchase a Bugatti, to go to the Bugatti event, to be in a party with 1,000 niggas that had $3 million of expendable cash to purchase a car. So what do you do? What do you do? We need to network and do business because I need to be able to move my money. And then the second thing is the concept that a lot of people don't watch the world and how finances affect the world. Like, a couple of years ago, Switzerland locked up all its international bankers, all its terrible politicians. The concept of the Swiss bank account, like when you used to watch the old 007 movies or the bad guy.
Swiss bank account.
You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, the government acknowledges Bitcoin. There's nothing that's worth something that's now worth something. So you mean to tell me as a politician, I can take...
He said, okay, Bob.
I can take my underground money. They buy this thing, and now it's considered like a stock. I leverage it like a stock, so I can take my bad money and now.
So what y'all was saying was bad. You made legal to do.
To launder. You just gave me a legal way to launder my money.
Nah, literally, that's exactly what. Okay, so now if the dots are connecting, right? That's another one. Crypto, right? They used to act like it was bad for you to be able to take your money, put it somewhere where nobody can know. They would lock you up for having a Swiss bank account and all of this shit, right? Now they literally have crypto where, so you lock people up for doing that and getting away with keeping their money, right? Because they put their money places and, you know what I'm saying? You lock them up just for, you lock Martha Stewart up for that shit. You know what I'm saying? She found out some good game on some shit. You know what I'm saying? She probably wasn't paying the tax like supposed to. I don't know, Martha, I ain't putting your business in the street. You know what I'm saying? But you're like, okay, you want to lock people up for now, which is now you selling people crypto. You saying, look, you can go this and this and this, and they can't monitor it, they can't know. That's crazy. When you think about it, that's deep. You said word too, Jones. You said weed too. You said I dig your patch. That jacket is tough. You said your jacket is tough.
Oh, I appreciate you.
You said sheesh. You feel me though? You said uncomfortable around success. Man, yo, bruh. Yo, that's crazy. It's been happening to me like that with some females too, right? They really they uncomfortable around. This happened to me one time in club, right? We talked about club speed, and I remember this memory, bro. It was a young, bad joint. She had a red dress on. Club Speed used to be a very weird place. Let's just say that, first of all. It's every type of human being in Club Speed, bro. Like, I literally bumped into a dude, a midget, and a dude in a wheelchair. No disrespect. In, like, a span of, like, 30 seconds. It was like, oh, shit. Like, it's all type of motherfuckers at Club Speed. So, like, I see this young lady. She got the red dress on. She looking, you know what I mean? Elegant damn near. I'm like, okay. Right? So I stepped to her, I'm like, hey, how you doing, love? Da, da, da. And she like, oh, what's good? I'm like, oh, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? What's your name? Da, da, da. She's like, oh, my name, da, da, da. I said, okay, you know, what's you by yourself? I asked her like 3 questions. And she was like, I don't be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't be knowing like all the questions and shit. Like, so I just said to her, like, so how is a man supposed to get to know you if he don't ask you a couple questions? I swear to you on everything, she started crying. She's like, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm saying, like, I don't, you know what I mean? Niggas just don't be talking to me like that. Like, it was like, oh, like me being just a gentleman to you and being like, hey, sweetheart, like, nah, like, I'm being a gentleman to you. Like, I'm not, she wanted, what's poppin'? I was good with you, B. You good? Like, that's what you, oh, a nigga talking like a gentleman and treating you like a lady when you're wearing a red dress, looking like one. That shit made that. She broke down crying. Was like, I'm sorry, I'm just not classy like that. And I had the damn nigga soul like, nah, baby, you good, like, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, like, you know what I mean? She like, nah, like, you know what I mean? So it's like uncomfortable around success. Some people really just like they don't even know how. You deal with things with class and make comfortable. You gotta damn to be extra raunchy for some of these bitches, like for them to like get it. That's corny. Nigga can't even be classy with you. Like a nigga can't even be a gentleman with you, huh?
My grandfather used to say me.
You start thinking it's something sweet or something, you know what I mean? Something soft about a nigga for him being a gentleman, a player about it, a grown man. They don't be used to that. Word. You say you got something in the bottom too? Hello? Yeah, I don't think you will lie to me, Chantel. That I'm in a weird place. No, I'm not in a weird place. I'm home. And nah, Bird Stanford, I don't know what you're talking about, but you might have to go in timeout. You keep talking like that in here. He says, I be listening to Afro Jones when I'm walking to and from work. Salute, huh? Oh, you, honestly, I think I gotta clean this shit. You just tune it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I see the light turning red now. It's supposed to be green, so I'm gonna have to, I guess I gotta clean the filter out. Jersey, question. If you still frequent spots where combos go left easy, the club, you said it was weird. Oh nah, this was many years ago. Club Speed was literally like the early 2000s, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside forever, bro. You know what I mean? But that was a long time ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I've been popping out a little something just because it's work, right? You know what I'm saying? And situations do occur, you know what I'm saying, where it's just weird interactions with people that like you carry yourself, you know, when you carry yourself a certain way, it's like I really kind of just be staying to myself, you know what I mean, nowadays. I be in my own world with shit, like, you know what I mean? But I do my shaking hands and kissing babies and politicking, like, we working, you know what I'm saying? He says, well, damn, I think you a real one too. Hey, well, Bird, I mean, I respect that, but I don't know what that means to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what those words, these phrases. People say you're a real one, because you know what a real one used to mean? A real one used to mean you was some real game. A real one used to mean like when some girls in the locker room or something talking about you, and it's like, oh nah, he a real one. It's like that's what that meant. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like people just use these phrases to describe things that I don't really know what you mean by it. You know what I mean? But hello, what's up, Muhammad? William says, what's up, my nigga? What's good, brother? I see you. Yeah, maturity for sure, man. Did I get it? I got it, Chantel. He says, what's goody Wolf needs an encore. I see you. He says, alcohol was a crypto of old. I mean, the same thing happened with alcohol if you think about it, right? They had prohibition, they had the whole thing because why? Because alcohol was a huge cash cow. It was literally something that from the beginning of the cowboy thing, it was always, saloons and all of this stuff, right? But it was something they couldn't regulate, control right? They couldn't control the alcohol and all this shit, the bootleggers, all this. So they said, oh, nah, we're going to this prohibition, all of this stuff, right? Now, alcohol is, probably the most. This might be, well, I can't even front. It's probably consumed all over the world at this point at a high. But I would think America might be one of the main places alcohol get drunk, though. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta be in the top 3 drunkest places on earth, for sure.
Yeah, we used to
I would
be.
say Russia,
We used to be.
vodka. We used to be. Who you think? Who you think getting drunker than us? I know UK getting. I know UK getting drunk.
I ain't even gonna hold you. The consumption of alcohol in
He says, I
America,
met you in New York last week, real nigga for sure. Salute.
the consumption
What's
of
up, Two
alcohol
Fly?
in America with the last 2 generations have gone down tremendously. These kids don't drink beer. These motherfuckers just started drinking cut waters for real, for real. Like, little niggas would rather pull up a cup of dirty Sprite than grab some Henny or some Don. For real, for real. Like,
Hey, Crystal, whoever you are, says, you need to settle down, homie. It just ain't in you no more. And the people will probably throw money at you if you grow up. Okay, so what's not in me and how should I grow up? Let's get to that. Since you're helping me out, baby girl. Put me on. Simpson says you're kind of cute for being a lesbian stud. That's weird because I'm like, there's some stud face niggas that kind of be do looking a little studdy. Like, it's some niggas that do be looking a little studdy, but Jones ain't one of them, nigga. Fuck out of here. That's weird. So,
I
yeah.
ain't even gonna lie. I hate to be one of them stud nigga archetypes.
The stoic archetype nigga, you know how it's like one of those where it's like,
like a
you
Manny
niggas
Fresh
looking like that.
or
Manny Fresh face ass niggas.
or a little
Shout out to
Boosie.
Manny Fresh, man.
A little Boosie.
Nah, Boosie don't look like no stud.
Yeah, everybody know a stud.
Ireland.
Like Boosie.
No, they just be having a haircut.
Nah,
They just be having a
everybody knows-
Boosie cut. They just be having a sharp ass, you know what I mean? Boosie joint with the line, a little design on the side and all that. Yeah. He said Ireland get drunk as hell. Yeah, Ireland gotta be up there. Ireland gotta be up there. He says weed grows where brown people are.
I mean, weed, just weed. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know. Valentina Gutierrez says I'm handsome. Well, thank you, mamita. Gracias, mi amor. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
Soy serio.
niggas don't drink like they used to. Like,
He says, what's up, Serius? Checking in from Alabama. Salute, my brother.
I remember growing up, there used to be bottles of Remy in the streets.
Okay, wait. So, Crystal, here's her advice. He says that using women shit is for bums. Now, real I don't want to say that word, are retired. You would be 10 times cuter if you took yourself or serious.
It don't get more serious day and night. Next.
Okay, let's do this. Just because, you know what I'm saying, we don't duck no smoke, right? And since it's ladies in here and we chopping to the ladies, right? We don't like to leave no stone unturned, you know what I'm saying? This one is always thrown down to the compound. Okay, listen, baby girl. I've never been someone that promoted or put anything on the internet, and you can't find one video of me and a young lady and me looking like I'm doing anything to use her. You can't find one statement of me saying, yeah, man, I'm down on a bitch, man, and I got this from a bitch. You can't find any of that. What you're doing is mistaking my natural glare and my spectacular vernacular and how I pop it like old Redenbacher and how my shit is just naturally flowing and macky and pimpy as me doing something about a woman. You don't know my name, my nature, and what I'm about because you don't know me. So for you to say that I'm doing anything about or trying to make it look like I'm exploiting any women, it means that you're not paying attention to my branding. You're not paying attention to what I'm doing because what I'm doing is promoting positivity and telling real stories and telling y'all not to get in the game and promoting the Art of Word War book, which is available right now, and the different projects that I'm dropping, like an Afrobeat album where people can dance and songs about water where we bring water to children in Africa and shit like that, baby girl. So if you don't know about what my campaign is about or how I put it down, just say that. All right? And it ain't nothing about this is as grown as we could be right now. All right? This is me having a conversation with a stranger that has an opinion that don't know what she talking about and talking down on the ism. But my shit is literally pure, baby, and it's from the soul. So there ain't no cap in my rap. So I'm not gonna put you on timeout. I'm just gonna let them laugh at you in the comments right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're really on Black Girl Law's time and coming at a real one. Okay? That's what it really is. Because any of the women that's been in my life, I did my best to upgrade them. I did my best to teach them the knowledge I know so that we could be successful. I did my best to tell them to not use their bodies, but to use their mind. But to learn how to speak and deal with things with elegance and class, like we were just speaking about, young lady. I was just telling a story about how I approached a young lady that didn't even understand how to be dealt with like a young lady. And now you're proving why some young ladies don't deserve to be dealt with class. Next subject. I'm gonna let y'all laugh. I don't want to read all y'all laughs, but you know that's come on now. See, he said pimping ain't never dead. Crystal pimping been around since we. Nah, y'all crazy. Crystal, I understand if people get misconceptions. I'm not trying to roast you, baby, but you know what I'm saying. You can't be doing that. You don't know what you're talking about, baby. I don't do none of that. Y'all get caught up in what other people say in battles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Sunshine says, hey, handsome face, what's up, baby? How you doing? It says, they blackballed you in battle. No, they ain't blackballed nothing. I just had a battle a couple months ago. Y'all be crazy. I don't battle for a couple months, and it's like, but no, I do understand what some people trying to do. I get it. Thank you for that, Orion. He says, no, Miss Galore says, a river cuts through a rock because of its power, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Ooh. I like that, baby. That's good game. Thank you, Miss Galore. See, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? That's player right there. You know, drop a jewel on me. You know what I'm saying? With a little, you know. See, that's what we doing. We doing the positive thing. Says, so y'all gonna clown me for trying to promote the brother living a family life? No, that's not. Don't try to flip it, Chris. So we're not gonna argue with you no more, baby girl. But listen, that's not what you said. You said something totally other than that. You didn't say, brother, you know what? You should promote a family image. If I was in family mode and I was being genuine, that's what I would be promoting, right? That's not what's going on with my life. So I'm actually just being transparent and being myself, baby. That's why people be jacking it. I'm not putting nothing on it. So it's nothing for me to grow. I'm growing every day right in front of you. And I'm doing my best and forgetting the rest. So stop judging people you don't know, baby. That's all. You know what I mean? He said, are you not entertained? Nah, it's good. It's good. He says, what you say, Chantel? I can't even read it. Right? My eyes get all squinty. He says, let's not make another red dress cry, Jones. Yo, chill. Nah, come on, we good. He said, that's real facts. Drinking down amongst generation, that's today's 12. Yeah, we was drinking. We was 9, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I had my first beer when I was 9. That was like, yeah, like I was in the park. He's like, you want one? I'm like, yeah. That's what's nasty. I spit it. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, these kids rather drink cups of dirty and smoke hookah.
He says, you get high and fly high, dog. Hey, man, I definitely feel you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely doing my best to just, I'm staying, I ain't doing too much flying that high, bro. Is my shit's breaking up or something? I think this shit's breaking up. Said Jones, let's rob a bank. No. I don't think that's good. He says, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm wondering what the hell's going on with this thing. Because it looked like is it breaking up or something? I've been on here for like 90 minutes. I'm about to get up out of here anyway, but I just want to make sure, you know what I mean? It says, dude at work gave me a half an edible. He says, you seem like you got knowledge and you are Muslim, so why not be happy and settle? I don't know what you talking about, babies. Like, I'm not, Crystal, you have a good night, baby. All right? Whoever you are, I'm sure you're somebody that thinks they know me, but you know what I mean? I'm definitely somebody that's, again, I advocate for people to not be in the streets. I'm just being myself, love. I guess y'all don't understand that I'm literally from the streets. It's real. I was weird. I'm literally with my friends, and people were like, oh, where are you gonna be in, where am I supposed to go? I'm either in the house with Sherry, or I'm on the block with my niggas, or I'm at an event where I'm supposed to be.
With the Pope.
Where am I supposed to be? Tell me. I'm not supposed to be with the niggas I know for 30 years. I'm not supposed to just be in the house chilling. Where am I supposed to be at then? I'm promoting being in the hood by being in my hood? Oh, alright. Alright. You know what I mean? It says, yeah. So, Marvin. In the trenches. Yeah, I mean, it ain't even nothing that it's the trenches. It's just home, man. I don't know, like, I love Harlem. I love Inglewood too, but I just don't have people in Inglewood like I do at Harlem. It's just, I don't have the same thing. I haven't been there since I was a little teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've been around these people since I was 16, 17 years old. What y'all want me to do? Like, people want you to not, they don't know you. That's the crazy part. They think they know you, and they thinking like, you're a nice, handsome guy. You should just be living a happy family life somewhere. Yeah, okay. If you only knew the half, goddamn it. But that's not their business. You know what I'm saying? You have a good night too, Chantel. You be safe. Yeah, be safe, baby girl.
That's right.
He says, and you know, handsome potato head. Hey man, you know what? You're not gonna live long.
Yeah.
Wolf life, what's happening? You already know. Says word to mother.
Wolf.
Yes sir, with love. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Bye, Shay. Bye, say bye. He says, King Neptune's in your eyes. Hey, baby, you know I got a mermaid on my shoulder. Don't play like that. Y'all be talking like that, but y'all ain't ready to dive deep, you know what I'm saying? Dive in them waters, though, you know what I'm saying? Act like a real siren out here. Nah. But he says, let me get some quick bars before you go. I said they let me out the cage feeling animalistic. For the right number, making man a statistic. Remember when I had to make a sandwich with fish sticks? I was broke, but I just went out with the hammer to fix it. I got a grip on this briefcase. I handle my business, random my mystics, playing with the grammar, linguistics, stamina, fitness, damage any square come against us. I got a bag and I'm gifted. Wait, that's Santa on Christmas. See, rapping like open-toe sandals and lipstick. How you killers on cam, but you set all dipshits? I've been in the bay watching from the sand like, what is this? Tighter than how Pamela Anderson tits sit, but like her, you could wind up kissing a Tommy. You know, I used to play the strip with the zombies, but now I'm woke, fellas. I'm so dope, I make Coke jealous. And yeah, I got my groove back, cause the flow's stellar. I'm balling like Tatum, man, I could coach Ella. I don't just got a deep voice, bitch, my Glorilla. Huh? Let's go. I check hoes, ain't no snooping in my business, bitch. Welcome to death row. See, I ain't never tried to be the next Hove, just the first Jones. Know how I'm coming like the first phones, cause I spin. Yeah, I'm him times 10 diamonds could buy your environment with my grin. Damn right I choose violence. Wildin' is what I do every time, so why they still surprised then? Put the wood on your girl chin like a violin. Just popped out the pen and they like signed, yeah. It's still in there. Y'all wild in the comments. Y'all asked for it. All right, my Jeezy. I'll talk to you in a minute. So Serius still got it. Yeah, that shit ain't going nowhere, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? This is the irony, right? If there ever was any, there's always signs to show you whether or not you still got it, right? You know, in all ways. So, you know, I always pay attention to the reminders, you know, to show you still got it. You know what I'm saying? When somebody, and not that I'm trying to glorify any of this, right? None of this is good that you have to overcome bad, right? It's good to overcome, pause, but it's not. I'm not talking about the bars right now. I'm just on a random tangent. I'm thinking about something. I gave y'all some quick bars. I ain't even dwelling on that. But like, if you overcoming situations, as crazy as they might be, it builds character. It does, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you know you him. I know I'm him. You know how many different scenarios than like I done. It's not about that at this point. It's about me actually profiting the right way and building the right way off of me being him. I know that. I've been in situations where it's like, bro, there's no way. And you still make a way. So I know I'm blessed. I know God got his hand on me in some way. So it do give you a different level of confidence when you're doing different shit. You know what I'm saying? It do make you like, you know what I mean? It do make you stomp down even more when you know you believe. Especially if your heart is pure. And you know what I'm saying? You don't listen. I don't want no malice. I ain't got no malice towards nobody. I want everybody to win all the good shit. The problem is when you really about yours and you really riding, it does breed, you know, certain other stuff. And people say that to me, like somebody was like, it's how you respond to life. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like niggas that get jealous just because of the way you go through something. It's like, that's crazy. That's bugged out. But like, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you survived something or, you know what I mean? People will be jealous for different reasons. It's like being in this game, it just be a lot of stuff you gotta just take on the chin. But anyway, he says, pause. Fish stick sandwich crazy. You remember the fish stick sandwiches, bro. He said, real talk, Jones. Judah, listen, y'all confusing me with righteous names. No more righteous name trolls, okay? If your name gonna be Judah or something like that, you can't come in here and say, you get an automatic blockage from now on if you're doing stuff like that. You just using the Lord's names in vain and all type of shit. Says, my favorite version of Serius Jones is Lions Den early 2000, but I understand you have to, well, ironically, I never battled in the Lions Den, bro. But I mean, if you're just saying that time period, you know what I mean? Hood Callus says 100. You know what I mean? Some of the coolest people I met. You coming? Where you coming, Devin? Come on down if you're ready. You know what I'm saying? Just, nah. Are white people corny? Nah, white people cool. I like white people. I think racism is corny. You know what I'm saying? And I agree, we should have boxing matches. I mean, there's already people that's been supposed to get beat up for years that literally just have avoided fighting me, and I would have had to either ruin an event, crash out, and I get paid or something like that in order to just duff them, right? So if they want to get in, anybody wants to get in the ring, it's like, of course. But I don't know what the follow through is about because Stiz has been saying he wanted to fight me. I told Suge, cool, right? Just line it up. I don't know. They gotta line it up. You know what I'm saying? He says, I was eating a biscuit the other day and then I started thinking to myself, that's really kind of like not the way to start a sentence on a Serious Jones live, brother. We don't really care about, eating a biscuit is already kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that's a pause, but that's still a little, the visuals is a little, yeah. He says, Stiz need attention and a check. Yeah, we know what he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like ridiculous. But I just said, all right, fine. All right. If he gonna be the guy to be example made out of, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping at that. Man, never. I wish somebody who, I wish somebody would ask me to join after all of this shit. They get way too late. Fuck out of here. Says, I will never forget that. Yeah, that was funny. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of other things that was funny too. I'll never forget those staples. I'll never forget the sound of that bottle on the back of people's heads. Boom! I'll never forget that either, you know? Some stuff we never forget, right? Says, no way you are the battle rap Serious Jones from URL. I'm from England. I know about you guys. Yes way, brother. It's Serious Jones, my brother. Good evening. Yeah, well, what time is it there? No, we kicking it. He says, I said we all move for better things. My chain hang down to my chest filled with baguettes, so the sweater blings. Okay. He says you handled it in Miami. Hey, apparently not spicy enough for some of these people. Apparently I should have just, what's your caption about, bro? What's with the country? Oh, we talked about that. It's 5:22 in the morning there? Okay. We talked about that, but the reality is, it's just a lot of things that I think people expected to go certain ways that's going other ways. And it's just interesting to see the backlash and protest stuff on the day. I also just, I've seen a lot of energies. I've seen a lot of different energies. I've seen rednecks. This is a goddamn shame. You know, some people are actually humans. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they see certain stuff, it just don't resonate well. You know what I'm saying? You see a family getting torn apart, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's America. That's supposed to be the point of America. Everybody here is from somewhere else. Now all of a sudden you gonna say who gets to be here after we all here from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of energies I'm seeing like going on, you know what I mean? I'm just chopping in and, talking about it. Yeah, I'm about to go to sleep in a little while, brother, but I got work to do still. It says, get your money, Holmes. All the time. All the time, man. And this live right here is really like, I honestly don't want to say I don't care, but I'm like, I'm really just, I'm just kicking it with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, whatever it is. I don't, it's no, it's no real rhyme or reason to none of this shit. It's definitely a reason. And it definitely rhymes a lot too, right? But, you know, I'm just saying, we just letting this shit flow for real. It says summertime, all fights. I mean, look, the reality is, I mean, unfortunately, I don't think most people can fight, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are some people that can fight. And like, I had some, you know, some girls that I've seen that really could throw hands, like dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I grew up with some girls that was like that. Girls, shout out to Hasha and them, jumped me one time. I was in middle school. I was fucking with hot shit. All them. I did something. I mean, they're trying to jump you. You know what I'm saying? They would fight in Jersey. So it's like fighting was more of a thing in the 80s and 90s, I feel like, than it is now. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? So physically, like if you had to grow up fighting, if you know anything about, you know, certain things, then you know that's just a part, that's been a part of life. That's not something that, you know, you still want to have to do though at a certain age, right? But it's just something that's embedded in you, like, you know what I'm saying? And when you get in certain situations and you come out on top of them, pause, then you know it's like you still got it. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm good. Like, oh, man, what? You know what I'm saying? Hold up, I'm good. I just two-pieced all right. You know? He says you can't hate the skin you in. Yeah, you say you're tired as. Who else said I'm tired? I didn't say I'm tired. Said that NYC Jersey bias is back now again. Yet that's a cat. Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't listen. I don't even want to give no light to something that could be a thing, right? If that's a thing, we're not even gonna give no light to it because honestly, I think that's just a natural thing with anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you from a certain city and somebody's from the outside or this or that, you know, there is always a little whatever, right? But if you think about it, man, Jersey has some of the biggest hits of all times and was actually the first. Sugar Hill Gang was from Jersey, man. You know what I'm saying? So technically Jersey had it first. You know what I mean? But it's just, you know, when we talking about the New York, they're like, yeah, I don't even like that division. To me, it's like it's up top. You know what I'm saying? If you from up top, you from, you know what I mean? If you from New York, you from Jersey, damn near even Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know? He says, why aren't none of the rappers coming out of AC? Yeah, that's a good question, man. But shout out to my nigga Shy. Shout out to Chase. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely some dope rappers out of AC. You right though. It should be more coming out of AC for real. Cause there's some live niggas down there that I'm sure get money and make dope music. But you know how this shit is. He says your new music is cool, man. I appreciate that, man. America is a business. We are we from the old world and not the new one. 100, 100. And that's all I was really trying to convey today is that, you know what I'm saying? A government is not supposed to shut down, but a business can. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we living in a world where, you know, we can have shutdowns that affect whether or not we eat, you know what I'm saying, in terms of whether if you on some type of food stamps or some type of whatever, if a shutdown can affect you not being able to, you know, live right, then you gotta be able to, you know, function outside of this system in some way or have something that actually works for you other than the system. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why some of our people get so dependent on the system. Like when they know the system ain't for us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our baby mothers and all that, they really start, you know, relying on and dealing with and actually believing in the system. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. But that's the way they meant it to be though. That was by design. You know what I'm saying? That's why they used to do sweeps in the projects and make sure there ain't no niggas in there. Right? If you ain't on the lease, you gotta go. Yeah, they was trying to make sure. They know niggas ain't had no good credit to even be on them or be in the, you know, niggas got felonies and all that. You probably can't be on the project list. You know what I'm saying? You can't be on the lease. So they're gonna come through and do a sweep and make sure your ass ain't there. And if you there, everybody getting kicked out the house. You gotta go, Jerome. I'm sorry. I can't have him kicking your kids out. I'm sorry, Jerome. I know you just came home. But I love you, bitch. He's my kid. I know. Man, my bad, Jerome. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she got crazy. They was like, oh, wait a minute. So we could just be on welfare and they could just pay the rent. We can stay right here. All right, you good. You gonna be all right. It says, a lot of people don't want to cough their whole checkup for this rent in NYC. Yeah, no, this part of the world is really expensive, but honestly, there's other places too, like in the Bay, in California, it's probably about, 2,500 for a 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, OD. Like what? Like, yeah. You know? I ain't gonna lie, I've been blessed with my spot, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, everything comes with challenges, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just where you hustle at, for real. It says, we had to work first on the East Coast. Yeah. Yeah. Can you be my personal trainer? I'm 4'11". Yeah, I got you, short stuff. I'll get you in there. It said the boxing is for the fights. Yeah, honestly, I can't wait to get paid to whoop somebody's ass, man. If that's never happened, I would love to do that. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not too old to do that. So I don't know who would think that, but pay me. Find out. Yeah, I think that would be really fun because it's like I got a lot of frustration that I think I process well at this point, but it would still be fun to beat somebody's ass. I ain't gonna lie. You said Unc looked like John Jones? Yeah? Well, ironically, we talking about fighting, so. I'm actually Serius Jones, I'm another famous Jones, but, He says, our felines came from Italy, around here in the 80s, not athlete's foot. Ha. Yeah, nah, it's spooky. It's spooky. And the irony is, where I grew up in New Jersey, I just went past like my old block the other day, and just the irony, my man from the Bay was staying at these condos that's literally across the street from where I grew up. And it's literally a high-rise luxury building. It used to be a factory. It used to be factories and just abandoned shit in factories. And that's where I used to go. Like if I did bad stuff, we went to the factories. If I got a gun and I gotta go test it out, I'm going to the factories. Go back there and spray paint stuff and just do whatever my little whatevers. And now that's all high rises that say conveniently located in the metropolitan area of 10 minutes from New York. You know what I'm saying? Big money. East Oakland in the building. Deep East, huh? Salute. Shout out to Newark. How am I? Oh man, I'm too blessed to be stressed, baby. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain. I just got a campaign. Hello? It said back block kids. You feel me? Back block baby. Sipping on a red coat of water. Pass handlebars, let's ride. Damn, I got Joyce. I gotta hear this shit. I said, they used to say you could be someone one day, long as you go to school and good grades. I'm like, bullshit, I got locked up with straight A's. Had that heat with me on that one to vacate. Yeah, nah, I wouldn't go wild on that shit. Yeah, I got joints for y'all. Back block baby, that's one. Word. Because that's how it was. We was literally playing in the sewage mounds and, the throw a nigga in the brook and all this type of shit, like all type of like real back block activities, man. That's how we grew up, Denton Park. You know what I'm saying? Run up and choke somebody on the swings, all type of just crazy, like, what the hell are we doing? Dropping half of 40s off the overpass, that's like horrible. Just did stupid stuff. But you know what I mean? We was adventurous and we was wild and we just learning life like every day outside. I don't know if people living that way the same. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's, you know, different places all over the world, but I'm saying like the way it was in the 80s and 90s, you couldn't be in the house. Get your ass outside. What you mean? I just want to. Boy, if you don't put your play clothes on and go outside, ain't no sitting around playing a video game and all that. You get your ass outside. You try to sit in the living room with grown folks? No. That's when they say grown folks talking. Nah, you couldn't just sit there with a bunch of grown people having a conversation when you was a kid when we grew up. Nah. What you doing? You want something? Like, be like, you want something? Be like, what? Just, yeah, you all in grown folks' business. Go take your ass outside. You know what I mean? So that outside, people are like, we outside. That wasn't even a thing to be inside until the street lights came on. And then, you know what I mean? You wash up, you eat, and whatever. But it wasn't no thing to just be in the house and on the game and all of this shit. Like, nah. It says you're right though. Industrial, yeah. Jersey's really industrial, bro. That's what a lot of people don't really understand. Jersey was like, especially like North Jersey. It's real industrial. It's a lot of factories. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff get made here. You know what I mean? It says Dirk and OTF got Rico because they building quantum physics labs for, I don't know about all that. I know Freedom though. Freedom guys, man. To free anybody that's locked up there, that's a good man, they got a family. You know what I'm saying? Free the men, man. You know? It's dangerous as hell outside these days. You know what's crazy? It was way more dangerous back then. I didn't want to tell y'all this. This is just what keeps coming on my brain though. I literally seen a man get like hit in the back of his head like 17 times in a row with a hand. Yeah. Like literally. I was sitting in the car, and this is not a good thing to do, but in the 80s, this is what they would do. Sit your ass in the car and don't move. So that was a babysitting tactic back in the day. You just sit there in the car, right, while they go in the store, whatever. So I'm sitting there in the car, and I see this dude walking up, ain't whatever. He's walking like this. And somebody ran up behind this nigga like this. I swear to you, YouTube don't flag me. But just for visuals, like, nigga walking like this, you know what I'm saying? Nigga run up behind this nigga like this. Bow, bow, and the nigga falls. He falls, right? That nigga sits on his back, pause, and just keeps hitting him in the head with his hammer. Like, over and over, just. And, I mean, the dude had to get going. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But he just got up off him and just walked off. And I'm just like, I probably was like 8 or 9, something like that. And I'm just sitting in the car like, and then the same, another scenario, the same type of thing. I never forget this song, right? Because it's this whistle that goes like this. That's the melody, right? That whistle been stuck in my head since like 1987, bro. And I didn't understand why. I never heard it again. I never could find where it was from. And I asked my moms and my pops, like, yo, because there was this group that used to play at these Kwanzaa festivals and shit when I was a kid. And we'd go to the little Kwanzaa festival and all of that. Because, you know, we was on Afrocentric black power and all that. Shout out to my parents. You know what I'm saying? We would go to little Kwanzaa joints. And it was some shit at the Central Museum, and it was at the, it was at the Museum of Natural History on 81st Street in Manhattan. And there was a guy walking with his bags. He had a bunch of bags, like garbage bags, and was walking with a cane. And the same type of thing. Some dude, some random dude, just ran up, grabbed his cane from him, and just started wilding on him. So it's like, I would see stuff like this when I'm a kid, and I'm looking like, damn, like, so I don't think I really processed or thought about it like in a bad way or nothing until like I realized later that like maybe I'm not so sensitive about certain stuff. Man, it's like, damn, well, I guess I didn't think about it like this. You know what I mean? He said it's facts. It's a different culture today. He said you spooking people out, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like this is, like this has been my life. So when people be like thinking that you're, you know, projecting or acting any way, like you don't know the type of thoughts or the type of things that I had to see or the way that I process it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that ain't. I ain't gonna lie. That whistle ain't the death whistle, but that whistle is like the life whistle for real. And the bass line, like doom doom doo doo doom doo doom doom doom. I made it over. I made the beat over. I never heard it again since I was 7 years old, and it was in my head that I could just make it over. That's why I know I was born to do music. Shit like that. Like, how could I do that? Like, I haven't heard it since I was 8 years old, but it's like still clear in my brain. He said shit was serious before serious. Come on now. This shit been crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And I talk about a lot of times where like I had these big Jamaican parties that was across the street from my house. Because ironically, that block that they bought and built to condos, there was one big big house that used to have a big backyard that Jamaicans would do a big party every fucking year, and the whole blocks around would be cars parked everywhere. And like I was so young that I still slept on a bunk bed, right? And I no homo, I remember the wood from the bunk bed be like rattling with the bass, like boom, 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 boom. So I'm sleeping and boom, boom. Like my mom's must have knew. She knew me like, and she was like, she came in the room before we was sleeping. You better not go nowhere. You better. But I had to go to the music. I had to go to that shit. I'm like, damn. So I snuck out and went over there, and they drinking Guinness Stout. And this is what's crazy. What I realized too, to lift the leg up, when they be doing the lift the leg up, that's old school shit, like getting sturdy and all that. That lifting the leg up come from the old rosters. They used to be lifting. It's like, it's all in the culture, right? My mom's wound up coming over there and finding me and beat my ass, but I'm over there, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? They just let me sit there rocking, you know? He said, did they sell chicken quarters chopped up? Nah, they didn't sell shit in there. Everything was free. Everything was free. I don't want to lie, but I think I drunk a Red Stripe. I think I drank. I think I drank a Red Stripe. I remember seeing this was like a movie. I wonder if I put this in this series that I read over there. I wonder if I put this in that, right? Because that's, we gonna. But like, I remember seeing my mom's pull up through the crowd. Like I remember standing there. I'm like, I see her car like this, and I see her looking out the window like this, and she see me, and she like, I'm like, oh man. I already knew. It was like, damn it. She whooped my ass, but she couldn't, she had the respect that she know I love the music, man. And that was before I ever even thought about doing music. You know what I'm saying? I think, I was just in love with the vibes, B. I just had to see the vibes. He said, yo, what up, Jones? What up, up, fam? I can't kill it, man. I can't call it. He says, get, He said that bass had the crib moving. Come on, B. That bass had the bunk beds rattling pause like niggas was like nah. And ironically, I'm still the same way. If I hear a party going on and it's rocking for real, wait, hold up. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? I damn near want to see the vibes. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the MC in me though, right? I didn't know that's what it would be. You know what I'm saying? But I just like, wait, hold up. Where the action at? Let me see what's going on there. I mean, what's up tomorrow? What's going on, baby? It says, Mom Deuce caught you red-handed. Oh yeah. Yeah, she caught me red-handed a couple times, bro. I don't want to tell on you, Mom, but you know what I'm saying? Man, you know what? You know what? I'll tell on it with this one, cause this is embarrassing. Damn it, this is embarrassing, Ma. You ain't have to do this to me. So, y'all remember that scene in New Jack City where like the girl is like sitting on top of G Money and shit, and she looking at Nino and she just it's like a nasty freak chick, the Uniqua. What was her name? Uniqua from New Jack City, right? Ironically, they did a when them then and now, right? And she looked crazy, but I guess I was getting money to her, right? What was I, 9 when that came out, right? 9, 10. So I guess, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was getting money. I thought she was freaky, I guess. I liked freaky stuff since I was a kid, right? I used to like Patra. Remember Patra? I want that romantic car. Remember Patra was on the bike whining and shit? I'm a little kid looking at the screen like, So you know what I'm saying? Uniqua was good. That little scene in New Jack City, I guess, was good enough for me to get some money to as a very young kid, which is crazy that I was even thinking to do this, right? But whatever, right? So if you don't know what I'm saying about getting money, you can figure it out, right? So I had this little VCR player, right? And I just kept rewinding that part, right? That one part where she like grinding on top and does the sex bass. I guess that was good enough for 9-year-old me or whatever, right? So I keep rewinding this part and I'm laying in the bed and my mom's comes in and catch me, right? He's like, what are you doing? I had a basketball like on the foot of the bed or some shit, so I guess tried to like act like I'm playing with the ball or some shit. And she like, are you jerking off? And I said, what? I try to act like I didn't know what that means, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no. And she's like, I'm like, oh, what's that mean? And she's like, get up and get me she made me get up. She made me get up just to fucking prove I was fucking I got up, I got my shirt on with my little man's out. I'm mad embarrassed, like damn, like why you gotta do me like that, ma? You wasn't here. Damn, you know what I'm saying? I had to have tough skin, man. I had to have tough goddamn skin. Y'all don't understand. Damn. Yeah, she made me get up, y'all. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I love you, ma, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe you had to confirm for you. Maybe you like, damn, why is my 9-year-old son, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell he doing? But I'm like, damn, you ain't have to make me do the wee wee walk of shame, ma. Like, no. Yeah, the walk of shame, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, alright. Alright, fine. You got me, damn it. Yes. I'm a young freaky nigga, okay? Shit. He said, nah, don't say that. Don't say that. Just wait, what you say? Just with a roommate, bruh, she got angry First of all, don't come in here talking negative like that, brother. Your life is not done because you're sitting here typing to me. So don't speak words like that because you're basically calling negativity upon yourself, brother. You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking about a female, first of all, hmm? Man up, man. Okay? I had to deal with it. Alright? I liked a couple bitches and I thought they liked me. What you gonna do? This is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You're the guy. Alright? If you're a guy. I don't know if you're a guy or whatever you are, but come on now. That's what we're doing here. Spreading positivity and goodness, brother. You're gonna be alright, no matter what the hell happens. Cause that's the way I gotta be. That's the way you gotta be. Cause what else are we gonna do? Quit, lose, ball up, and just be the pussy one? No. Anyway, first of all, if your name's gonna be no weirdos allowed, then you can't come in here being a weirdo. Okay? That's just, you know, it's kind of not good taste. So, what we're not gonna do is again stop trying to make me talk about stuff that you just want to hear me say so you could try to take a little quick screenshot and then make a video saying, oh, like, stop, man. Okay? You can't walk the yard in a federal penitentiary comfortable if you're in any serious prisons if you are bad on paperwork. It's not possible. Okay? So you can stop, you know, it's just weird to keep dragging that, all right? That's just the long and short of it. And I mean, if you think about it like that, then it's an easy call, right? He said it was bent over the sink talking about it's not what you think. Yeah, nah, that's classic. That's the classic Jones Fight Club. I don't know what that is. And that's one thing for me, man. I don't look at the streets the same way other people look at the streets, I guess. To me, the streets is the babies, the old ladies, you know what I'm saying, the barber shops, the store owners, the Akis. Like, to me, that's the streets. You know what I mean? The fiends, the people that you know